Welcome back, Roots. This is Jared Gaming, and today I'm going to be talking about something a little more serious, kind of. And it's something that's been a lot more prominent now than it has in the last few years. I mean, it's always been around, but definitely showing up a lot more. And that is hate culture in gaming.
In the last couple of years, it seems to be a growing trend that it's fun to make fun of video games. It's fun to point out the problems. And most of all, it's fun to attack the developers. Not physically put down your picket signs. Now, I'm not going to call out the gaming community as a whole. That would be stupid, as there are plenty of people who like to just game for pure entertainment. But that doesn't stop plenty of people from swarming social media, forums, and of course, probably the most toxic place of all, the YouTube comments.
Now, you're probably thinking, JRG, you're spouting off all this stuff, you're saying all these things, giving us information, but you're not explaining any of it. What do you exactly mean hate culture in gaming? Well, one of the perfect examples I can think of in the last year that got hit pretty hard with hate culture was definitely Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. Now, don't worry, I know that Call of Duty's been pretty prominent recently on my channel, and I'm not switching full-time to Call of Duty. But this is a really good example, I think, to prove my points. And I will mention a few other games, and I'm going to talk about other games later on in the video.
Now, it's not a secret that the Call of Duty community has always been quite a toxic one when playing online. The nicer people usually stick to the wiki and the forum. We've seen teabags, cursing 10-year-olds, trash-talking all the way since Modern Warfare 2. But Call of Duty's recent release has divided the community more than ever. Within 2 weeks of release, Infinite Warfare's trailer became the second most disliked YouTube video, with currently 3.5 million dislikes and counting. And the game is getting hit even harder. It's not like I'll defend the fact that the game was released without a leaderboard system, customizable emblems, and it was chock full of micro DLC. But they finalized the game in recent months, and I think it's pretty solid. They've made the game to a point where the whole supply drop argument is nonsense, practically making it avoidable to buy them. The new weapons aren't rare at all, and they're balanced enough to keep the game equal. They have zombies, which is similar to Treyarch's signature game mode, but I believe it adds enough to do its own thing. And if I had put this game in my COD review when I first made it, I probably would have had a longer rant than AW. But now I'd have a lot good to say about it.
Now, I personally like the game, and there are the people that agree with me. But one issue that adds to the rage-fueled hate fire is idolization and bandwagoning. Many YouTubers, like MacLeod and Ali have been making videos talking about how bad this game is, and their fans, they're just agree with their arguments without even playing the game for themselves. And I'm not just shouting some nonsense here. I know, it's happened to me with games from the Angry Video Game Nerd and movies with the Nostalgia Critic.
Now, this isn't to say that I don't like the content of MacLeod and Ali, among other different content creators whose this has happened to. I both think these two have really solid stuff that I enjoy, but this isn't necessarily a good thing that people agree. Now, it's not these content creators' fault that people choose to agree with them. I'm not crazy, I'm not gonna call it an abuse of power. But it sure as hell fuels the fire. This is because younger, impressionable viewers see these creators as idols or role models, and in their eyes, they're always right. And it leads us to my next argument with some comments I found. One on Ali's video, How to Ruin a Video Game, and the other is from MacLeod's video, The New Overpowered Sniper. The first one being from Ali's video. First of all, I had to purchase Infinite Warfare, which I have not played once, just to get remastered. Then they add supply drops, new guns. It's not COD 4. Only thing the same are the maps. Activision are laughing though, so it's all good. Call of Duty has been dead for years. And then the next one, of course, is on MacLeod's video, The New Overpowered Sniper. This was a response to someone who said they liked Infinite Warfare. Out of curiosity, because I personally hate the game and didn't buy it because I think it is trash, what is fun about it? First, look at this one. Forget the complaints about Modern Warfare Remastered and focus on the point that it says Infinite Warfare, which I have not played once. And then the second one, which this person literally confesses to not buying Infinite Warfare because he or she thought it was quote-unquote trash.
And this is my main gripe with hate culture in gaming. It's getting to a point where people are judging and making fun of games without even playing them for themselves. I mean, it's like these people have never heard "Don't judge a book by its cover." I even found a picture in the subreddit for Modern Warfare Remastered discussing how many people played IW on the game's release. The person below states, they haven't even opened the app, And the person above states, why do so many people here have such a weird pride about not even trying IW? It's pretty good. The person here makes a valid point. Why is it cool to admit you never played the game? Why is it okay to just automatically assume it's bad from the trailer? But you know what? I'm not going to play victim here, as I know I've done the same. Because the human attention span grows thinner and thinner by the day, we don't care to check on things, to make sure we're right about things. Criticism is a natural part of human society. Feedback is a good thing. We don't always have to agree on everything all the time, otherwise we'd live in a Pavlovian society. But the issue is, hate for the most part is Pavlovian. It's just a bandwagon. It was predictive that on launch many views of this game would label it as bad.
But I want to express the difference between disinterest and hate. Disinterest is exactly what it sounds like. You see the trailer or pictures in a magazine, and you say to yourself, yeah, I don't think I'd enjoy that very much, just not really into it. And hate is seeing the same things, and saying, oh my god, that game is going to be so garbage, nobody is going to want it. Well, you're wrong. People will want it. I discovered this after looking around these videos for more recent comments, and look, they're positive. This person here gives valid business feedback. This person, he literally states the problem. The community.
People discuss what games are going to kill franchises and they rip them to shreds. Still using Infinite Warfare as an example, they called this game Call of Duty Advanced Warfare and Call of Duty Ghosts the COD Killers. The games that would ultimately ruin the game franchise, killing it. But nothing kills a franchise faster than its fan base. I believe that criticism and feedback are important to improvement. But the good side of something has to be presented to see what was done right, otherwise it's chaos, and nothing gets fixed, because everything is labeled as bad. As the fans hate the game, and the sales drop, slowly but surely, they're killing the game franchise they so desperately love. Those were my main gripes with hate culture in video games, using just one example of many. Others being Battlefield Hardline, which I find quite decent, if not a much simplified version of Battlefield 4, and Batman Arkham Origins, which I personally have no opinion on since I haven't played it. I mean, it looked okay to me, but, hey, why don't we, ask Project Knight?
Hello? What's up, Joey? What do you mean I've been gone for months? It's been that long already? What do I mean? Oh, well, I mean, I pretty much lost a bet. I thought this hamster would be able to jump through a fence. If I lost the bet, then basically I would have, I have to pretty much find every single Korok seed in one sitting. So yeah, I thought I'd totally win that bet, but let's just say that hamster doesn't have a head anymore. So what brings you here, Joey? It's a very interesting topic indeed. I'm on it. Batman Arkham Origins. Such a polarizing game amongst fans. This game has garnered a lot of hate. A lot of it which I feel is unnecessary. By no means do I think this is a great game. Heck, I don't even think it's a very good game. I think it's good. I think it's a decent game and worthy of the Arkham title. People have drawn way too many comparisons to Arkham City when they want to review this game. They compare it to this amazing, grand game that Arkham City was, when this just wasn't the case. It's like comparing The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time to The Legend of Zelda Phantom Hourglass. I mean, they're just not gonna hold up. It's just not a fair comparison to make. And that's what I feel the case is with Batman Arkham Origins and Batman Arkham City. Arkham City is a main series sequel to the amazing Arkham Asylum. And it was not only a good sequel, it was an amazing, if not perfect sequel to the game. This is a prequel, a side story. It's not meant to be held on the same scale as Arkham City. It's just meant to explore and delve into the origins of Arkham. So what has hate culture done to this game? Their comparisons to the previous Arkham games were a little unfair. I understand them, but at the same time, it ruined what would have been a decent game in the Arkham series. And not only that, this is a good Batman story. Back to you, JRG. Woo!
So there you go. That's just one opinion on Arkham Origins. Now, before I wrap up, I want to discuss another branch of this hate culture, which is the debate of overhyped versus overrated.
Overhyped is the concept that the fan base of a game or other media gets so excited to the point where the actual product cannot possibly hit the expectations people set for it, causing disappointment. An overrated product is a product in which someone has formed the opinion that it is overrated, as many people talk about the game with fruition and mirth, yet their experiences couldn't or didn't match up. Now, both of these two concepts are not necessarily hateful, but can be targeted that way. But first, for an overhyped game, an example would definitely be Battlefield 1. Compared to Infinite Warfare, as discussed earlier, the Battlefield 1 teaser was overblown with massive amounts of support, with so many people excited for historic boots-on-the-ground shooter. While many people, including myself, loved the game to death, a lot of people hated it. This is because of overhyping. People became so entranced and excited by this trailer that the expectations couldn't be met, involving disappointment and overall hate. Now, I can't say for sure that all hatred for the game comes from this, but I bet a decent amount does. The game still has plenty of great reviews, so EA probably isn't that shaken, besides the fact that a lot of people hate their company. 2 questions, EA. Why do you need your own gaming client? And 2, where is Skate 4? I'm sorry, I got a little rowdy. An example of a considered overrated game is The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time, my favorite game of all time. While many people, including myself, were entranced with the linear fun and, in my opinion, solid 3D attempt at a Zelda game, others disagree with those who love this game so. One thing I mentioned, the linear story is a complaint in this game. That the real exploration is shadowed by a set in-path story, but I don't agree. I still have fun exploring Hyrule in that game. Others complain that the game doesn't have much difficulty. Some others say the controls vary too much from the signature top-down Zelda playstyle. One of the big advocates for this complaint, among other things, is Aaron Hansen of the Game Grumps. In his Zelda Sequelitis video, he mentions how he finds the love of this game overrated, and favors his favorite Zelda game over Ocarina of Time, A Link to the Past, where you could choose Dungeon Order and hop between Hyrule and Lorule. I personally find A Link to the Past overrated. I didn't enjoy it as much as others do. But it is a really funny video, although I don't agree with much of it, and a link to it will be in the description along with the other videos and articles I mentioned.
These forms of hatred are much less personal and malicious like the bandwagon is. I actually find these forms of hatred more justified, because at least overhyping and overrating are personal forms of hate. They're personal to each gamer's experience and doesn't attack the company or the fans of it in a negative way, instead of lashing out like shown before. Some points I need to bring up is that 1, remember that the people making these games are people. They are humans, with emotions, trying their best to satisfy us, the players. Game design isn't easy, as I discovered with some crappy fan games. And I'm sure it sucks to hear your work sucks from thousands of people on the internet. Remember, not everyone working in corporate America is an evil money-grubbing CEO of a big conglomerate. 2, remember with hate that everyone is entitled to their opinions. This entire video, I wasn't trying to denounce free speech. I was trying to point out the flaws. I was trying to point out the dangers of believing the ideals of personal idols or believing in the opinions because everyone else is. If you decide you don't like any of the games I mentioned, that is entirely how you feel. I want to thank you all for watching. I know it's been a while since I've had a real video on the channel that wasn't a stream, but I hope you enjoyed what I had to say. I would love to make more of these discussion videos, so if you liked it, I'd really appreciate a like if you feel the same, but if not, that's fine. I just enjoyed making this, just getting my feelings out. So, like, comment, follow me on Twitter, subscribe, join the lines today, tell your friends. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, I'll see you guys in the next video. JRG, signing out. Bye, guys.